Alright. This is so weird filming this on my phone. I had actually filmed this review already, but I was about to post it and all the frickin' audio was fucked up, so I'm refilming it. Funny enough, I am wearing my Batman t-shirt for this. So, I'm gonna talk to you guys about Batman the Killing Joke animated movie. And, like at first I wasn't too sure why a lot of people were like kind of against it. Like, obviously when it came out, because beforehand, obviously, all us, like fans of it were like, super excited for it, obviously, because it's a really big, like pinnacle story arc in the Batman universe. And I was seeing a lot of like mixed reviews. I was like, wow, that's really weird because you're getting, Kevin Conroy, you're getting Mark Hamill, like Tara Strong is, in it, and she's voicing Batgirl, I didn't get, like, from the surface, didn't get why people were, like, upset by this until I watched it, especially that first 30 minutes. So the movie starts off with, like, this voiceover by, Batgirl, which is fine. But a few minutes into it, there's no more voiceover. Okay. That's weird. It doesn't end, like how some movies they bookmark, like there'll be like the voiceover in the beginning and then voiceover in the end, maybe something in the middle. Nope. Just happens. And then that's it. Alright. Sure. So it starts off, like they do with the first 30 minutes or so to 45 minutes or whatever. They just kind of give you an extra like backstory of, Batgirl, which is understandable because she, is an important part of this story. And I get it because, if you're new to this, you're new to the Batman universe, at least you want something quick so like who she is, why it's important, blah blah, and besides her just being Batgirl, okay, fine. And then what's her name, like a couple of years ago, had like a good run of like the Batgirl series. I think they still run, I don't know. Anyway, they have that, and so I get it. She's a little bit, a little bit more popular now. I get it. So you know what? Yeah, put her a little bit more in there. That's fine. Also, as you can see, this comic isn't, very big. So, if you really were to animate this start to finish, you got 30 to 45 minutes of a movie. Okay, I get it. You want to, pad it out a little to make it like feature length. I get it. So, the movie, continues, and, she works at a library, fine, but, like, her friend, colleague, whomever, that she works with at the library is very, like, stereotypical, like, gay guy, like, oh, honey, really, tell me what happened, and it's like, oh, wow, Jesus, DC, you're just, alright, yep, homosexual male just working at a library, tell me, sweetie, and it's like, oh my god, really, bro? So, she like talks to him a lot about like her other life or whatever, but doesn't actually say, that she's Batgirl. She says that like, oh, this yoga instructor, like he gets on my ass too much and like he's a little too this and that. And then, of course, the friend is like, oh, well, why don't you, like, leave the class? And she's like, oh, I really enjoy the yoga. And it's like, sure. Again, sure. So there's, like, this dude that somehow there's, like, a history with Batgirl. Some guy named Paris France. They do address it in the movie, like, really? They're just like, really, is that his name? At least they address that it's ridiculous, Of course, it's like his crime name, sure. And some reason that guy has like a weird obsession with her where like there's one scene where, the I don't know, prostitutes, let's just say, leave the dude's yacht, and one of the girls, oddly enough, who has red hair as well, she's like, I have, like, mask of my own at my place. Like, I could bring it next time. Sorry, we had to, like, cut up this bed sheet. You know, and, like, you know, the guy just, like, throws it into the water, and it you know, like, unfolds, and you notice that it's, like, cut into, like, the cowl, and you're like, does this guy fuck, you know, prostitutes and stuff? Or ladies in general. They don't have to be prostitutes. They could just be willing participants who aren't paid. Anyway, does he, like, have sex with women and then pretend they're Batgirl? Like, that's not creepy at all. You know? So, okay. So that happens. He, like, lures her into, like, some place. She expects to, like, you know, like, see him. But, of course, like, it's a trap. He actually killed the guy because she was, like, she opened the closet and it's, like, dead body there. Like you do. And, of course, like, I don't know, there's, like, fighting stuff and whatever. Anyway, he, like, sprays this, like, thing in her face, and she's like, I'm getting all kinds of sleepy. But she escapes just in time. And Batman shows up with, like, you know, like, a cup of coffee that somehow he stopped at Starbucks or something. Cup of coffee to kind of, like, calm her nerves or whatever, and all that stuff. And then, well, before that, actually, Batman shows up to kind of save the day. Actually, I'm getting them mixed up, I'm sorry. Either way, she goes, Batman saves the day, gets her a cup of coffee. You know, Batman gets upset with her, like, why did you go by yourself? You know, blah, blah. And she's like, I can do it on my own. Okay, fine. You're used to your little sidekick saying that to you. And then she gets angry with him. And then they start kissing. And I'm like, okay? Really? You know, like, does your father know that you want to have relations with Batman? Oh, and speaking of relations, Batman doesn't, like, push her off, you know? He just, like, grabs hold of her and it's like, anyway, She takes off her cowl, takes off her top to her goddamn costume, and they have sex. And when that happened, I immediately knew why a lot of people were upset. And it wasn't just like, oh, they threw sex in there. Like, it has nothing to do with in general sex. It had to do with it being between Batman and Batgirl, you know? And it feels like that part was put together by someone who's, like, never read a comic in the Batman universe, who just thinks, like, his name is Batman, her name is Batgirl. You know? You're like, wait, no, that's not... How old is she? You know, you're like, how old are you? What, you know? And it was just, when that happened, I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like, I just felt, I felt embarrassed watching it. Not that, like, not in, like, a prudish way, like, oh my god, they're having, like, and you don't even see anything. It's just, like, she takes off her top, you see the bra and all that stuff, and then it's, like, insinuate that they had sex. But it's just embarrassed in general. Because it's, like, again, huge Batman fan. Big old fan of this, and you do an animated movie, and then you give me that. You know, you're just kind of like, oh, I have no association. Like, I probably feel like Alan Moore right now, who's just like, I have no association with this. You know, like, jeez. After that, like, it's like the next day, whatever. She freaking, like, tells her, you know, library buddy, yeah, I had sex with the instructor. And he goes, oh, I thought you wanted to quit. Like, oh my god. Like, just one embarrassment after another. Like, okay. But yeah, after all that, then that's when the story actually starts. So, like, a good, I don't know, 30 to 45 minutes later, you go into the story of the Killing Joke. Which this starts with Batman arriving at Arkham Asylum. Okay, I've got so many pages. And then you finally get him going to Arkham Asylum, interrogating the Joker, realizing the Joker has escaped because he's the fucking Joker. And then shit ensues. you know, with the Joker buying like a carnival amusement park kind of spot, you know, and then like, you know, derp, spoiler alert, because I've gone this far. I can find the bleeding page. Oh wait, there, is that it? Is that, nope, yes, no, maybe, where's the page? Sideways, nope, yeah. So, yeah, then he escapes, and then the pinnacle part of the Joker shooting Batgirl, and then that is why she is bound to a wheelchair and becomes Oracle. So, there's that. There's no, like, there's no Batman visiting her in the library. What am I talking about? In the hospital. I'm tired. There's no Batman doing that. It literally just goes from, like, that weird, out of nowhere beginning part to the story. And then, you know, the story with the little backstory of, like, the origins of the Joker kind of shit. And then it ends, and because, like, the comic kind of ends a little bit ambiguous, you know, where Batman and the Joker just, like, share a laugh, you know, in the rain, like good old buddies do. And then that, you know, and then literally, like, that's it. But in, you know, in the animated one, it goes to credits, and then after the main, like, the little mid-credits thing, like, you know, the big names, then it shows her, like, in a wheelchair, you know, like, in her apartment, being like, yeah, I'm good, but I have to go to work, I can't feel my legs, goes into a room, turns on computer shit, Oracle thing shows up, blah, blah, blah. Seriously, if you just cut just that chunk in the beginning, and just get this, then you're fine. You had to add some stuff. Why do that? Again, it's not because it was sex. It was because that she had sex with Batman. Because, like, why? Is she upset at Batman and that's why there's this weird built of sexual tension? Why is there sexual tension? Is it because he's a guy and she's a girl? Like, why is there that? Why did you do this? Why did you piss off a bunch of comic nerds? Oh my god, DC. Come on, man. You had gold. You seriously had gold. And you somehow caused shit. And decided to cover up with some gold. I really don't know what they were thinking and what was, like, in the meeting where they were like, yes, I can do this. Like, I don't know. What the fuck were you guys thinking? Seriously, what the fuck were you guys thinking? Anyway, I'm done talking about this because it's just, alright, bye.